Okay. Sorry, I'm just a smidge late, folks. Trying to make sure that some stuff was up and ready to go before the stream started. Also, my boss was texting me. Apparently, they're having a little case of the graveyard syndrome at work today, so that that's gonna be interesting whenever I have to go in today. But then again, here it is a major holiday, so a lot of places are probably closed, which means that one of two things is going to happen. Either it's going to be completely dead because everyone's going to be going out and just like doing a barbecue or eating at home, or we're going to get completely slammed because none of the other restaurants are open and we're one of the few places that is available to kind of go after. But overall, I'll deal with that whenever I get there. As of right now, I'm more concerned with providing some good entertainment for you guys. And as I mentioned last night, we are going to be starting up a new project today. And one that is very near and dear to me. This game, as I've mentioned numerous times, was like a cornerstone of my formative teen years. The Ratchet and Clank series is probably like the swan song of Insomniac games, and they've done some really good titles, but very few of their titles or series have gone on with the amount of success. Hey, good morning, Stacy. Good morning, Bacon. Hope you guys are doing great today. But anyway, like, Insomniac has had so much success with Ratchet and Clank that it is insane. The series has been going on for well on about 2 decades now, if I remember correctly. They have about 16 or 17 titles, all said and done, starting with this original one, and then going all the way to their most recent outing, Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart from the PS5. Now, the crazy thing is, before Rift Apart, the last Ratchet and Clank game had debuted in, I believe, 2013 with Ratchet and Clank Into the Nexus, which is more than likely going to be the final one that we do whenever we get through these main series games. Because as of right now, like, all of the games are considered canon according to Insomniac Games, even the ones that are kind of like a little bit of offshoots that were done by different gaming companies. But still, overall, we're going to focus on the main storyline, which means we're going to do the original trilogy, this game, Going Commando, and Up Your Arsenal. I have decided that we are going to do Deadlocked at some point. That one is a bit of a toughie, but I'm looking forward to the challenge that game is going to present. But once we finish Deadlocked, then we'll be going into the major trilogy of the Ratchet and Clank Future timeline, which deals a lot more with like time travel and dimensional travel, and actually involves diving deep into Ratchet's backstory, because you don't see a lot of stuff about Ratchet to start off through the first 4 games, and even through like the little spin-offs like All for One, Size Matters, Quest for Booty. Like, all of those like don't really delve too much into Ratchet's origin story, but Ratchet and Clank Future, those 3 games, Tools of Destruction, A Crack in Time, and Into the Nexus, those are the ones that kind of go deep into that backstory and that lore about Ratchet and the Lombaxes, his race, essentially. So I'm definitely looking forward to sharing this series with you, and it's going to be a lot of fun, because just just how wacky these games can get is going to be very evident, even like in this first game. So with that being said, let me get the actual thing going. Let's get this back up, and there we go. It might take me a little bit to get used to this because I am using an Xbox controller on my PC. I was not able to get a good price on a used like PS4 DualShock. If I can, I will in the future try to do that. But right now, okay, options are just language and sound. We don't really need that. I do still kind of remember the original PlayStation control setup, so I hopefully will pick this up very quickly. And we do want to format the memory card. Okay, so we will select our first file, and we will do autosave. I'll try not to speak too much when they're actually talking in the cutscenes. But as you can see, Ratchet is a bit of a mechanic.
Final step, attach robotic ignition system. Thank you for using help desk technology.
And from the look on his face, you can clearly tell he does not have a robotic ignition system, which means he's still kind of stuck where he is. And we're at some sort of warbot factory now. What, did something get stuck in the... Okay, never mind. We just have a little short stack over here. And here we have our first infobot. These are very much like the big thing that we're... Oh, well, he clearly saw something that he didn't like. And now he's in trouble. You're going to see a lot of this going down the chute thing in this game. And this is just the first instance of it. But now, this little robot is being chased. And apparently he's approaching planet Veldin, which is Ratchet's... I guess you can't really say it's his homeworld, but it's where he grew up. Because technically the Lombaxes are not from planet Veldin, as you will learn once we get into Ratchet and Clank Future. But that is neither here nor there. Now, for the PS2, this was a very good game graphically. It had very powerful graphics. The combat system is very interesting. But now we've actually... Okay, so let's see.
Welcome to the Gadgetron Help Desk. We are here to offer you advice during your interplanetary travels. The Help Desk is a free service provided.
Okay, here we go. So we've got bolts. Bolts are basically the currency of Ratchet and Clank. And this is the case no matter what game it is. There are some variations, and apparently... Okay. Camera. Let me reverse that because for some reason it is already reversed. There we go. Okay. Okay, so this is your standard weapon, the Omni Wrench. Surprisingly enough, this is the second time I have ever seen a wrench used as a primary weapon. Alright, so we've got our ship, so we probably want to go this way. In this game, more so than any of the others, you want to collect bolts when and where you can, because they are nowhere near as, well, prevalent in this game as they are in the others. And this camera movement is rather slow. But then again, like I said, it's been years since I've actually touched this game. So So I have been a little out of practice, so if I die early on, chances are it's probably because, again, I haven't touched this for years. Oh yeah, R1 and the crouch. So then, if you crouch and attack, you can do a boomerang attack. This is useful for not only getting faraway items and getting bolts, but also for dealing with faraway enemies. Or maybe something's on a ledge that you want to jump to, but you don't want to go and mess with it. You can use your boomerang attack to kind of just hit it from afar. As you can see, the controls here are a little wonky. Very... like, they did a reimagining, I believe in 20... Yeah! How dare you laugh at me? Okay, so the G's are your Gadgetron. So that's like your ammo boxes. Okay. Okay, so let's see. So I want... okay, there we go. Alright, so that button actually does... let's see. Okay. So I can just... okay, so I hold down the triangle and that allows me to get to access the weapon system. Which I'm probably going to be fiddling with a lot more as we get more weapons. But again, I'm still kind of just figuring things out and getting used to the controls and how they work on the Xbox controller. Because the setup is very similar, but I'm still kind of just getting used to how it works. And translating my knowledge of PS2 controller layout to the Xbox controller. So they do stuff that makes you sit there and think, like, what is he smoking? That probably why. Because I'm still getting used to the controls. And clearly this is a case of finders keepers. And of course he's just sitting the little robot there on the side while still working on his ship.
Interesting. You're quite handy with your wrench.
You bet. I built that ship with it.
Currently, I'm in search of someone who could be of assistance in saving the solar system. Do you know where I might find that fellow?
Well, he's on the radio every week. Other than that, no. Hey, what's all this save the solar system stuff anyway?
And now we get to the meat and potatoes of the whole story. At least for this game.
My race, the blog, have a small problem. Our planet has become so polluted, overpopulated, and poisonous that we are no longer able to dwell here. But I, Chairman Drake, have a solution.
I feel like there's an environmental message here, but...
using the choicest planetary components available. So, what does this mean to you might ask? Using highly sophisticated technology, which you couldn't possibly understand, we will be extracting a large portion of your planet and adding it to our new one.
that seems like a bad idea.
This change in mass will cause your planet to spin out of control and drift into the sun, where it will explode into a flaming ball of gas. But
Excuse me?
sacrifices must be made. Thank you for your cooperation. And if you don't like it, you can take your whiny, sniveling, snot-nosed populations, form a line behind me, and kiss my... We're still on? Well, turn it off, you idiot!
The people on those planets are hosed. Well, good luck getting Captain Quack to help you.
Actually, you could help me. If you could use your ship to take me to the coordinates contained in this info box, I might be able to gather further information there.
Even if I wanted to, I can't. I'm missing a crucial component of the ship.
The robotic ignition system.
How did you know that?
I, sir, happen to be equipped with the latest in robotic ignition systems. My programming allows me to start any ship I choose.
So, I agree to take you to this wherever it is, and you get my ship started for me?
That is what I am proposing.
We might have a problem.
Deal.
I think Ratchet is just so eager to get off of this planet that he's willing to agree to just about anything.
This could be a problem. Take care of it.
That shadow looked awfully familiar.
So that's where I've been stuck this whole time.
Please return your appendages to the steering mechanism, sir.
Huh? Oh, right. Sorry.
Dude, learn to drive.
You can stop calling me sir. The name's Ratchet.
Pleased to make your acquaintance, sir.
You got a name?
My serial number is B54296.
Oops. I'll just call you Clank for short. Hang on.
And now we are clearly going to our first world.
So you see, it would be most beneficial if your citizens were not in the city when my workers begin removing it.
Preposterous! I will not stand for this.
You tell him, man.
You have no choice in the matter.
Let's just see what Captain Quack has to say about that, my good man.
Well, he clearly thinks something's funny.
Quack could dispatch you without even breaking a sweat, you puny.
You have now officially worn out your welcome and my patience.
This is your last chance. Stop this madness now!
Okay, wait. You're right. I will withdraw my troops.
Wait, what?
Really?
No.
Okay, never mind.
Gentlemen, try not to leave any marks.
This guy's like a tyrannical despot, corporate warmonger, and the worst businessman of all time, all wrapped into one tiny little obnoxious package. And now our ship is destroyed. Well, that's brilliant.
Sorry about that. Well,
That could not have been comfortable to lay on a robot.
You're a ship from one of the inhabitants.
if there are any left.
Okay. Gatatron vendors.
I got some great bargains for you.
Okay, so the Pyrocider is a flamethrower. We'll be needing that. Hopefully by the time I finish this first run through of the planet, I can actually, like, afford the Pyrocider. Because that one's going to be very useful for dealing with mobs.
Press the square button and the X button to rise. Push the X button harder to rise more quickly.
Okay, so we can dive, and we do have a... Okay. This is where the Omni Wrench really shines, is in opening these doors and getting you access to other areas of the map that otherwise you may not have... How dare you shoot at me? You shoot at me, I smash you. So much for your long-range advantage. Let's see. Okay. Oop. Is there anything useful down here? Nope. Leave me alone. Let's see. Definitely need more bolts. The Pyrocider is like 24, 2500. And I'm only at 17 right now, so we do kind of need to get some moolah. Surprisingly enough, I can break the mushrooms. Well, you learn something new every day. I never knew you could actually break those big mushrooms. Okay, so we've got that little side area done. Got me a little bit of extra money. But yeah, it's like I had no idea that I could actually break those. Get away from me. I do like the auto aim on some of the weapons, like the bomb glove. That makes things so much easier to deal with these enemies instead of having to be like exact with your aiming. In later games, you do kind of have to be a little bit more accurate. But for a game as unpolished as this, it definitely helps. And I'm not close enough to get that. There we go. And clearly my depth perception on that one was a little... He shot his own buddy in the butt. I also did not know you could do that with the enemies. Good to know, I can get them to shoot themselves. Oh, that's right, there's an item I get later in the game that I can use to activate those. That's a long way from now. Well, that was not my most intelligent decision, getting right up in that idiot's face. Ooh, and I have enough for the Pyrocider now. Wait. Well, that was rude. He just did a drive-by bridge shooting. And I almost fell down the hole. That would have been very bad. Okay. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure how many of you folks may have been introduced to these games when you were younger, but overall, like, for their time, the original Ratchet and Clank trilogy was, like, considered one of the prime series of the PlayStation 2 era. And even now, like, it is widely considered that the third entry of the series, Up Your Arsenal, is the best of the entire series. Like, even now, even though Up Your Arsenal came out, like, in the mid-2000s, like, it still holds up to this day and is widely considered, especially on, like, sites like Metacritic, it's still considered the best of the Ratchet and Clank games. And you'll see why when we actually get to it.
Don't hurt me. So, what are you? Mercenaries? Torturers? Assassins? I'll tell you anything. Here, take my info. It's all I've got left.
Sir, we're not assassins.
Hold on. Let's see what he's got.
Well, that doesn't look good.
Has this ever happened to you?
No, no it has not. And I really hope it doesn't ever happen to me.
Largian Snagglebeast from the inside, and knowing your equipment isn't functioning properly. That's why
This is our first introduction to Captain Quark, who is pretty much like a staple of the entire series from this point forward.
It's not broke, right, Al? You said it, pal. So if you're fighting crime, or just fighting grime, come to Al's RoboShack in Metropolis for all your robotic repairs. Al's RoboShack, it's Quarktastic.
Do you know what this means?
Yeah, Captain Quark is really sold out.
No, it means Captain Quark is on Metropolis. We could tell him about this invasion.
If we had a ship.
A ship? What? You're not going to torture me? Well,
If we were going to torture you, dude, we would have done it already.
borrow our courier ship.
Cool.
You can count on us, sir.
Right. Thank you, your chairman shipliness.
Gadgetron and robots in coordinates when you plan. You should test this identified and bring them into your ship. Let's mark for the star.
Okay, so then we now have coordinates to our next planet, which is planet Kerwan, the location of Metropolis. Now, like I said, that little info bot was like our first actual introduction to hearing Captain Quark speak, and he is like a constant staple of the series, and not always for the best reasons, as you'll find out later. In a sense, he is kind of like Ratchet's rival, but at the same time, he is also, to be perfectly honest, a royal pain in the buttuckus. And even more hilarious is just like how he thinks he's the greatest thing since sliced bread,
Hi there, Fuzzball.
despite not really doing much that is worthy of the actual title. And we now have a pyrocider, which means I can now burn things. This will be perfect for clearing out spider infestations. Kill it. Kill it with fire. Everything dies from fire, right? Alright, so we're at the Tobruk Crater, planet Novalis, but we are going to planet Kerwan, the city of Metropolis. Mission: we must visit Al's RoboShack. Did we? Okay, so we do need to actually we do need to explore the waterworks here. Did I? Oh, that's right. I didn't go up here. I completely forgot about this. Well, and I missed. Still got to get my platforming chops back. At least in regards to this game. I managed to somewhat redeem myself in Shovel Knight towards the end there. But like I said, I'm still kind of getting used to the controls and everything with this game. And this doesn't feel nearly as polished or snappy as Shovel Knight was. Like Shovel Knight, there was some like Shovel Knight, like I said, there was some like pushback, I guess you could say, like some hesitance when you were like moving the character back and forth. Here it's much more pronounced, and it's probably going to stay that way until we start getting to like the future series. Let's see. Okay, so I want to go here. I can't really do anything with that, so I probably want to go this way still. Well, thank you for saying that, Bacon. I do know it was kind of hilarious, and I was definitely kind of like botching some of the simpler stuff when I really had no business doing so. But I am glad that you enjoyed it. Oh, the frustration. Yes. Especially with when I was dealing with the Propeller Knight stage the first time around. If I remember correctly, I died like 17 times just in that one stage.
Look, plumber's crack.
What did you just say?
I said.
God dang it, Ratchet!
Alright, wise guy. Shouldn't you be on one of them escape trains?
I mean, I get the joke, but come on!
Giant robots attacking. The escape transports are taking all the rich folks off this goddamn planet.
So why are you on one?
Does he look rich?
Economic disparity.
What?
He hasn't got enough bolts.
Working people have to wait for Captain Quack to save us.
Well, got anything worth a lot of bolts?
I got this thing shows two weirdos ditching their ship. It's got coordinates to a desert planet, too.
An info bot. Ratchet, we could use that.
Okay, so it's only 500 bolts, so that is useful. Okay, so I can enter like a first-person point of view using L1. Good to know. You'll find out that the plumber is also like a staple of the series, and personally he's much more useful and entertaining than Captain Quack is. So we pay him for that. And again,
Slide down a sewer pipe?
yes he did. And considering there is no other exit other than where we came in, I'm going to assume we have to do the same.
Under attack from the planet's surface.
Relax, kid. It looks like some sort of fireworks display. Probably in your honor.
Oh,
Right down, I can't concentrate.
we've been hit.
Unexpected detour. When we land, I'll see if I can scare an exhibition for you.
We're not gonna live that long.
Let's end the screen.
Well, that didn't look good.
Did you see that guy on the left? That was Skid McMarx.
Does he know Captain Quack?
I doubt it. He's a pro hoverboarder. Always going off about how cool he is.
Looks like he's in trouble.
I'll say. I've never seen him look so freaked out.
Planet Aridia. So that's not really part of the main storyline, but it is like a nice little detour that we could make. Actually, I think normally when I do playthroughs of this game, I do kind of veer off and go see Planet Aridia first before I start the next part of the storyline and go to Metropolis. So we will go ahead and do that, just because there is some useful stuff you can get on Aridia that you can make use of on Metropolis. Outpost X11, Planet Aridia. So let's locate Skid McMarx and find his agent. Okay, so you might have noticed there was a little segment in the bottom right there with little gold bolts that said like 0 of 4 for Planet Aridia. The gold bolts are not really something that we're going to go out of our way to find. If I find one, like I'll grab it, but for the most part I don't really need them. You don't have any use for them until you beat the game, to be honest, because the gold bolts are basically the method of this game of actually like upgrading your weapons past their normal abilities. Okay, so I don't have anything new at the Gadgetron vendor. And this is what I was talking about with the Pyrocider being useful for. The Pyrocider is very useful for dealing with small, easily killable mobs. Now, I'm not going to just hold down on the fire button with this one just because that goes through ammo like you wouldn't believe. Okay, so let me get my bomb glove back on because I would rather use those for dealing with these guys. I mean, it takes 2 bombs, but I've got 40 available. So the more I can get rid of these guys without having to go anywhere near the flames, I'll take it. Yee! Yeah. Get away from me. Ugh. Thankfully there's some health down there. I forgot how slow the... Wait a minute. I saw more bolts. I need more bolts. Because you actually will be buying a lot of infobots in this game as well as your gear. So we kind of want to... Okay, so I don't have the hook shot yet. I do need to get on Metropolis for that one. So we will be coming back here for that. But at the very least, I do want to find Skid and his agent. And then we can come back later once we have the actual hook shot. Which is another staple. Like, this game introduced a lot of the stuff that became normal and widely used throughout the rest of the series. Things like the hook shot, the Omni Wrench, your Clank upgrades that you're going to be getting later on. So it's like this series is a little bit like, almost kind of like Mario. Like the original Super Mario Brothers. Like, the original Super Mario was a classic. But at the same time, it wasn't the one that, like, pretty much... What's the word I'm looking for? It didn't set the standard for everything that followed. This game is pretty much in the same boat. It's an awesome title on its own. Like, it is amazing for the time that it came out, which was like the early 2000s. Like 2001, 2002, around that time frame. But it was not the one that set the standard bearer for everything. It did introduce a lot of the stuff that you see in the later games. But the standard was completely set and rewritten with the next two titles. Going Commando and Up Your Arsenal. Those were the ones that kind of set the standard for the rest of the games that followed them.
Do you need medical attention, sir?
Don't be so literal, son. The problem is I'm stranded on this backwater planet and my star planet is nowhere to be found.
Hey, we saw you on that infobot. You're Skid's agent.
Was Skid's agent. I haven't seen him since our ship crashed. And an agent without a client is like a flea without a dog.
Well, that's an interesting analogy.
If you can bring back the championship prize from the hoverboard races in Blackwater City, I'll make you my next star.
We have no time for trivial matters, sir.
I could be the next Skid McMarks.
Hold on, I just got a email that looks... Well, holy smokes. This is gonna be... I just got some really good news, folks. I'll probably wait till the end of the stream to share, but oh my god, I just got like the best news in like a long time. Okay, so we haven't found Skid yet. We went that way. I feel like Skid's probably in this direction. He was just back here. I forgot he was this close.
It's him, Skid McMarks.
That man from the infobot.
In the flesh, little dude. You guys get a load of that epic space battle I was in?
We saw you screaming for help.
That was like a war cry. My agent and I got ambushed on the way to hoverboard practice.
Did he survive the crash, sir?
He's okay.
What do you mean did he survive the crash? We just saw him.
Getting back to my ship due to my sprained ankle.
Oh, come on.
If you can take out all the sand sharks, I just might have a spare hoverboard for you.
We'd love to help you, Mr. McMars, but Ratchet and I need to find Captain...
One of your boards? I've always wanted a decent hoverboard. Well, alright. You just keep that foot elevated.
For those of you that are more used to Ratchet's attitude in the later games, it might be a bit of a surprise to see just how self-centered and selfish he is in the first game. His attitude is way different than how he is in the later games. Okay, so in the bottom we have basically the number of sand sharks that we still have to kill before we get our little prize from Skid. And as you can clearly see, Skid is one of those individuals that likes to basically just act like he's tough stuff, but in reality he is like the biggest chicken this side of a KFC. Ah! I was not expecting that. Where did you come from? Oh. That is where they came from. Okay. Wait, what? Okay, so I gotta get rid of these things as well because... Leave me alone. Okay, so we gotta get rid of the little spawn points as well as the sand sharks themselves. This is gonna be fun. Okay, so there's another spawn point, which means there's going to be... No, you do not want to fall in the mud. Like, thankfully this game is kind of lenient when it comes to the mud. You can jump in the mud 3 times, or up to 2 times, I guess you should say. But if you land in it a 3rd time without reaching solid ground, you sink and you die. So I would rather avoid that if all possible. I mean, I'm allergic to death. It kills me. Okay, so I've got plenty of bolts to run around with and grab. But I'm still missing 2 spawners and 19 sand sharks. I forgot just how expansive these levels are. Like, Shovel Knight, most of the stuff was fairly linear. Here, you have a lot more free range of movement. Okay, here we go. Oh, you told Jose about the stream? Awesome. I haven't talked to Jose in a long time. God dang it, leave me alone. I'm down to 1 health. This is clearly not good. No, 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 get away from me. No. Dang it. I did not see that son of a gun. He played cheat. Hello. Dude, is that you, Jose? And we have to start all over from the beginning. Get away from me. Okay, let's try this again with less dying. Okay. Okay, you are proving to be a royal pain in my tushy. Okay, so I get my health back. And again, let's try this with less of the... God dang it. These controls are so slow to respond. Like, I love this game to death, and I will gush about it till the end of days, but these controls are very slow to respond. And I'm still not quite as used to it as I had hoped I would be. But still, I do seem to be remembering stuff and picking it back up. The issue with this game is going to be primarily revolving around switching between weapons, really. Because you gotta hold down the button to bring up your wheel that's got all of your weapons listed. Die. All of you need to die. Did I miss one? I missed one. Where did I miss one? Oh, there he is. Die. And we get ourselves a nice fancy hoverboard.
A brand new Z3000. You can't even buy these.
Well, I got a baby. Guess you dudes into hoverboard races.
The hoverboard races are... Uh-oh. Okay, that is actually the other major use of the boomerang attack that I failed to mention before. Those red boxes are essentially bombs. And... okay, so I've got that. Did that take me back to where Skid was, or no? It just took me up here. I just gotta walk back to where he was at. I'm slowly getting my bearings here. But like I said, the red boxes are basically bombs. If you've played Crash Bandicoot, it's essentially the same as those nitro boxes. So if you directly hit them, they will explode. And if you are directly next to them when they explode, you take damage. Easy math. So you want to hit those things from not right next to them. Which is where the boomerang attack comes in. Okay, see, there, I said the game was a little lenient. You could hit the mud twice before you actually like sink, but you have to get to land within those after that second hit, or you're going to sink and die. So we don't want that. Okay, so now that that's done, let's go to Metropolis and we can actually get some stuff and go to the next section of the storyline. We do have to find Al's Robot Shack to find Captain Quark. And that's pretty much going to be like the first half of this game is trying to find Captain Quark. Just so we can tell him that basically Chairman Drek is a bit of a douche canoe. I'm pretty sure that anyone that has met the man can see that he is a giant douche canoe. But then again, that might actually be a positive for some people. And to those people, I say, screw you. I mean, where is it okay to rip somebody's planet apart just to build your own? Okay, the blaster. I can actually afford this, and I'm going to be using the hell out of this. This is your standard short-range pistol. Okay, so which way do I want to go? Okay, I want to go this way first. This is a little bit shorter, and it actually gets us something useful.
Welcome to the Captain Quack fitness course. If you're strong enough, fast enough, and clever enough to beat my fitness challenge, you will receive
I love this
a reward from
cutscene.
our
You'll see why in a
trainer.
moment.
Simply make your way to the third island to complete the course. Good luck.
Quack Enterprises is not responsible for sprains, broken bones, snapped tendons, bruised egos, or accidental death incurred while taking the challenge.
Excuse me, Captain, but we have more pressing issues. We urgently need your assistance.
Clank,
Yes?
do you notice anything unusual about Captain Quark?
Well, I find the fact that he has a spring where his leg should be to be quite puzzling.
And why do you think that is?
Ratchet is pretty much like me in anytime a situation like this happens.
Numbskull, it's a robot.
Oh.
I mean, Clank is not even like 3 days old. I think we can kind of give him a pass on that one. At least I hope we can. Again, 3 days old. He still doesn't know, like, everything to do with, like, robots and stuff like that. Okay, so we do have wall jumping mechanics in this game as well. That's pretty much going to be how we navigate this obstacle course. I haven't used wall jumping mechanics since friggin' shoot, I think Mega Man X series. Speaking of Mega Man X, I have been spending most of this morning actually making a list of games that I would like to do on the stream at some point. I mean, there's a good number of, like, RPGs, clearly. I mean, that's, like, my bread and butter. But there's also some platformers. I am considering possibly doing some fighting games and doing, like, their story modes with various characters. I haven't quite decided on that yet. But now that I've been mentioning Mega Man X, I am considering, like, getting a hold of both the original collection.
Moving walls also functions jump squads.
Yay!
And jump again to kick off the walls.
But I do want to, like, get the original and the X series collections and do those as well. I didn't even have them on the list that I was writing earlier. But you over there just building a dinosaur out of spare parts? At least I think it's a dinosaur. Could be a dragon, I don't know. Close enough. Yeah. And we're about to be introduced to another staple of the series.
Listen up, you loud balls. That was the most pathetic display I have ever seen on that obstacle course.
What do you mean?
We finished the circuit, ma'am.
Oh yeah, but it is weak. Weak. Then I was
Kid-
thinking I would devour courses like that for breakfast.
That's not all.
You would drill for the rest of the day. But somehow you managed to impress that fool Captain Quack.
Captain Quack knows about us?
He certainly does.
Wait a minute. How does Captain Quark know about us?
Prize for that ridiculous performance.
Cool, what is it?
I'm supposed to give you a swing shot so you can sway to and fro like little insects.
Alright, let's see it.
Not so fast. Today the two of you disgraced my obstacle course, so I am going to make you pay.
But that prize is ours from the captain. That's not fair.
Too bad life's not fair.
So she's gonna make me pay for something that I won. Well, that sucks.
Sweet. I bet Captain Quark uses stuff like this all the time.
Ha! Real men can swing without silly toys like that. The two of you make me sick.
Well, I mean, that was an appropriate sound from her.
On your new gadget slingshot.
I'm not weight shaming or anything, but for the love of God, you are a fitness trainer and you look like you swallowed a cow. You have no business telling me that I was weak on that course. Okay, so let's see. So I want to go up here. So I should be able to use my swing shot automatically. Okay. There we go. Fitting it. Looks like she fitting this whole pizza in her mouth. I will show myself the door. Did you say what? I heard nothing. I have no idea of what you speak. Okay, nothing new. Usually you... I don't know why I keep checking that. I believe you normally...
Quickly center the camera. Just tap.
Nah, get away from me! He shot his own dog in the butt with a missile. Work smarter, not harder. That is the name of the game, especially nowadays. Now I get to work home and not wear pants. That sounds very nice, actually. And I'm seeing some lag on the...
You can accurately aim the blaster if you hold down the L1 button.
There we go. Okay, so I can actually aim this thing. Can I get up there? No. Free balling. Well, I suppose that's one way to... That's one way of saying it, just letting it loose. Yeah, just let it all hang out, guys. I had hoped I would be able to actually get those two that were coming at me before they could hit me, but... Ah! God dang it. You. Come back here. There we go. Forgot how annoying the blaster could be. Get away from me. There we go. And looks like we found RoboShack.
And then we saw the infobot. Remember, he knows Captain Quack.
Hey, you're that robot guy, right?
No, actually, I build robots. I myself am not a robot guy, per se.
Nerd. I like it.
I'm with Clank on this one. I like Al. Al is like one of the best characters in this entire series. Oh, you started playing Pokemon Black? Oh, from 5th Gen? Oh, I love that set. 5th Gen is awesome. A lot of people give it crap who are like Pokemon diehards, but honestly, like, it's one of my more preferred games in the Pokemon line.
Since he's a 766, I could have the little guy up and flying in no time. Of course, I'll just need my fee for service.
1,000 bolts and I can fly? I'll take it.
Hey, wait.
Yes, I actually do prefer Black and White 2 to the original, but they're both like really solid games. Haven't touched Sun and Moon. I haven't either. Like, and I never even touched Ruby and Sapphire until the remakes on the DS. Because I did get Alpha Sapphire, and I played through that. Let's see. Okay, so with the helipack, I can actually like make some guard jumps, and I can do a long jump now. My mobility has increased. Yeah, Sun and Moon was a bit of an oddity just because it doesn't use the traditional, like, gym leader formula, and I think that's probably... It didn't use, like, the traditional gym leader formula. Okay, you know what? I'm not having a lot of... Get away from me! That... Okay, so I'm back at full health, so I should have a better showing than I did. What is this? I thought I could jump that. I thought I could jump over there. Clearly I cannot. Whoops. Oh wow, according to this, we're an hour into the stream, and we've already made it this far. We're making some good progress, guys. Get away from me. You keep on shooting your missiles at me. I will just blow you up. I beat it and now what? I feel that way about some games, to be honest. I don't know what that is, but... How did I hit those and not get hit? I should have gotten hit by that, all things considered. Bombs! I forgot this guy lays mines! Japanese art games. Oh, is that what they're calling them nowadays? Nobody gave me the memo. Get away from me. Okay, so I'm slowly getting used to the controls now. I think I'm finally getting to the point where I can comfortably, like... Well, it's gonna get really hard in later games when I have to start doing strafing maneuvers. Uh-oh. Sorry, Poochies, but you must all burn. Why do you not die? Okay, there's another one of those things. I forget what the name of the actual item that I need to... Ooh, gold bolt. Ah, so that's how I get it. I gotta go back up this way and go around. Yeet. Okay, like I said, I'm not going to actively search out the gold bolts, but if I find one, I'm going to grab it. Like I said, these aren't really needed until the end of the game for upgrading your weapons into their gold forms. The weapon evolution system gets so much better in the later games, so I'm not really going to actively seek it out in this one. And that is a lot of boxes, which means that's a lot of money. Okay, we got ourselves a nice little chunk of moolah from that. Oh god, I remember this. I remember this part. The train is late! Okay. I'm going to go with the blaster just because... God dang it. Yee. That is clearly not working. Okay, yeah, bomb glove is... I don't know why I never used the bomb glove more often when I was... Why are my bombs just flying off the... Like, I guess when you consider, like... I didn't even need a second bomb, I just fell off the edge. Man overboard! I know this is a train and not a ship, but sue me. He fell overboard. There we go. Did I miss anything back there? Felt like I missed something. Oh, I missed some boxes. I was so busy trying to get the little mine dropper dude that I completely overlooked this. This is not a game where you can just skiv off easy money like that. Because some of the weapons in this game get kinda pricey. To say nothing of the penultimate weapon that I will most likely never be getting. Just because I don't have the time to grind all the bolts needed for it.
We must prepare this product to be harvested for our new world.
Yes, sir. As you can see, everything is moving along as planned.
I'm counting on you, Lieutenant. And as your former commander can tell you, I don't take disappointment well.
Yes, sir. I won't fail.
Drek is destroying yet another planet.
Yeah, but if that's the kind of help he's getting, I don't think we have anything to worry about.
You should not underestimate Chairman Drek. He is quite dangerous. We must find Captain Quark.
Look, that lieutenant doesn't seem so tough. Let's take him out ourselves.
Perhaps we can persuade the lieutenant to tell us where Drek is.
Now you're talking.
I feel like persuading this guy is not going to work. But I do feel like we made some good progress on that. And again, no new weapons. I like this game just for like the different weapons you get. Now, where did my ship go? I think it is up here, now that I think about it. Yes, here it is. Let us make our way to the next point of the story. Login site, Planet Eudora. Confront Robot Lieutenant. Did we miss anything? All missions complete on Metropolis, so that's a good thing. We don't have to do much there. We're done with everything on Novalis. Okay, so we do have 2 more missions on Aridia, but I'm not going to go back there until we win the hoverboard races and get the prize. That way we can get everything that we need in one fell swoop. Actually, I think the agent gives me the item needed to, like, open up those little things in the ground that look like little antenna. At least I think he's the one that gives me that. But right now, let's go to Eudora and deal with this lieutenant.
Commander, we are finished with this world. Commence towing our planet to its next destination. Lieutenant! Yes, sir. You have fulfilled your tree quota. Barely.
We are ready to return to base.
Not so fast, Lieutenant. Just because we don't need any more trees doesn't mean they should have them. Destroy everything.
The more this guy talks, the more I hate him. Like, the funny thing is that like, I feel like when they did the reimagining for like the new Ratchet and Clank game that's based on this one, I think it was like 2016 they came out with it. They basically like remastered all of the graphics. They actually gave Drek real like eyes with irises in them and everything, and they even had like a movie based on it. But overall, like, I feel like he's so much more evil in this game than he is in the movie and reimagined game. Glove of Doom. Oh, good lord, that is pricey. It's more than double what I have right now. Looks like I'm gonna be saving up some money.
They need a gadget-running trespasser to get past this security door. Unfortunately, our scans do not show a trespasser available on this planet.
Okay, so I need the trespasser to get in there. Don't have access to the Glove of Doom just yet. Where do I go? Ah, here. I am blind. Yeep! I knew I heard something behind me. Okay, so the blaster works so much better when you actually have it in aiming mode. I believe there are achievements in this game, and I think one of them is actually destroying like a certain number of these ships that are just flying around. Because I remember like going back and blowing up a bunch of those ships with like my rocket launcher that you get later in this game. And to be perfectly honest, that is the most fun weapon of the game, other than like your ultimate weapon, which we'll be introduced to at a later planet. But like I said, we probably won't be getting that one just because the bolt amount needed to actually purchase it is through the roof. Like, if you think grinding in a standard JRPG is bad, grinding for the bolts needed for this particular weapon that I'm speaking of is even worse. Like, it is a slog in 3 halves. Like, you're seeing how like difficult it is for me to just get like an extra couple thousand bolts. If I remember correctly, I want to say the ultimate weapon for this game is like something like 500,000 bolts or something like that. I could be wrong, but get away from me. I was wondering what that sound was. There we go. Let's see, did I miss anything? Oh, I missed some bolts back here. A lot of people like enjoy this game because of the different weapons and stuff. It's more than that for me. Like, it's not just the weapons, though the weapons are pretty amazing, like for me, a lot of this is like the story, especially once we get into the later games. Like the story and the way that it just delves into like the interactions between not just the characters themselves, but the planets. But it's very intensive, I guess is the right word to use. It's not as like political or like, I guess political really is like probably the best word to use for it, because you see a lot of like interactions between different planets and how they solve problems, but it's not really like a political intrigue type of game. It's until you get to like the future series. And even then, more so, that revolves around like two specific races, as we'll find out later. Get away from me. Okay, got rid of all that. There we go. Get away from me. These guys fire at a fast enough rate that using the blaster in aiming mode is not really viable. Yee! Okay, so I barely dodged that. I did not dodge that one. But they fire fast enough that you have to be on your toes with dealing with them. So you gotta actually have some like platforming skill in order to get around. Okay, so what's this for? Oh. Now, why on earth would I go anywhere near you when I could just do that? Really? Why on earth would I go anywhere near you with how big you are and the size of that axe? That axe is probably bigger than me. I feel like I probably missed something back there, but I could be wrong. See, that's what I have to say to you and your taunting. Your taunting can go suck a lemon. Okay, so I... Note to self, do not fall down the hole. That is probably a very bad idea. Okay. Okay, so now see, when I'm far enough away that I can afford to aim, I can actually use the blaster against those guys. But right now, they fire too quickly. If I try to take time to aim, I'm going to get shot, and I do not want to get shot. Yay! Oh, there's 3 of you. There. Good riddance. Ooh, I found something.
Sweet.
No. The suck cannon.
Multiple enemies, then fire them out as high-caliber missiles. Caution, enemies must be small enough to fit inside the tower.
So in other words, it's a Kirby gun, but it only works on stuff that's small enough to fit in the hole. Well, it works on him. Let's see. I did not find the lieutenant yet. What's my...
I got some great bargains for you.
I do have enough to buy the Glove of Doom now. That is going to prove very useful. But where did I miss the lieutenant? Maybe I need to go back through the main area of the level. Because I probably missed a turn somewhere that I'm not thinking of. And another issue with this game that they fixed in later games is that the movement speed here can be so slow, so if you have to do some backtracking, it can take some time. What did I miss? Okay, so I need to get up there. But how do I get up there? Up the stairs. Clearly, I need to use the stairs. Oh, and get some free bolts out of that. Because I went from almost 8,000 bolts to 400 and some change. No, I want all the money. Oh, I did miss something. I wonder if I can... Eee! Get away from me. Let's see what the Glove of Doom does. And it gives me these little... They almost look like the Mousers from like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Is what they remind me of. And they just explode after a while. Alright, let's go back up here. Make sure I didn't miss anything else. I already got everything up there. Okay. I distinctly remember that the lieutenant was in this direction. Unless... Oh, you know what I remember? I just remember there's a swing shot section somewhere that I missed. I just gotta find it. So I need the trespasser to get in there. Maybe the slingshot section is over here, and I just overlooked it. Nope, that's where I came from. And there is a gold bolt up there, but I have no idea how to get to it at this point in time. Now, where is that? I know for a fact there's a slingshot section. There has to be. Oh. $7,350% labor cost. Oh dear Lord Almighty. That I'm not quite sure what I have to say to that. That is a terrifying number. It jumped over 100% in 1 minute. How bad are your sales? You're questioning why we're... You and me both. If the sales are that bad that your labor is over 7,000%, at that point I think it might be a safe bet to just call it a day. No sales, nada, nothing. Well, I did mention at the start of the stream that one of two things was going to happen. It was either going to be busy because no one else was open, or it was going to be dead. Clearly, they chose the second option. Okay, and I am kind of baffled as to where this lieutenant is hiding. You'd probably go to sleep after this. I mean, you're not wrong. I mean, I guess being here, do you at least have some form of entertainment while you do a whole load of nothing? Okay. This is my third time running through this level. What in the world am I missing? There's probably like a little... There's probably like a little alcove or something that I overlooked that I'm completely... like... missed. That leads right to the lieutenant. Well, yeah, you are still getting paid. That's always a good thing. Yeah, and this just leads right back to... I do not want to jump when that thing is in the way because that will probably kill me. Kind of like that, how that almost killed me. Okay. This is getting kind of annoying. What did I overlook? Let's jump in the ship real quick and check the missions. Confront the Lord White Lieutenant, explore the mills. Okay, so there's still a path that I haven't gone through yet.
Your unit Vatican trespass will get past this area. Unfortunately, our scans do not show a trespasser available on this planet.
Okay, so we've explored the mills, we've done that. The storyline areas are supposed to be fairly straightforward. So what am I missing here? Or do I need the trespasser to get everything else? I don't remember needing the trespasser to actually get to the lieutenant. You know what? Let's go back to Aridia real quick. We'll use the slingshot and see if maybe there's something in that area that I'm overlooked. Like I said, it's been years since I've played this game, so it might just be something that I overlooked on Aridia that we need to get through. Okay. So we... I'm noticing some major lag. Well, I suppose on the bright side, this gives me a chance to get some more bolts. How dare you? Okay. So that's the main path. But I don't want to go that way. I want to go here. Oh, God dang it. Apparently I clearly need to work on my aim. As you can clearly see, we actually can chain swing shot jumps. So like I can swing, I can hit one slingshot area and then kind of do that. Where you basically go to the next one in line without actually hitting. Okay, so I want to blow those up before I go over there. And I let go of the button too quickly. Whoops. If you fall into a pit though that has no like escape route, you're just gonna sink, as you clearly just saw. Okay. Okay, that went much more smoothly. That was where the trespasser was, so we did have to come back here. I feel like there was... Yep. I had a feeling. Like that little like slingshot thing above where the trespasser was, that reminded me that there was something underneath there, and lo and behold, there was a gold bolt. And now we can show you what the trespasser does. You basically just have to match up the lasers with the lights. So we did need the trespasser to get to the lieutenant. I just forgot to come back and get it. Of course, that being said, now I can go back. I don't even need to go through the whole level again. I just need to go back to the ship. But at least now we have what we need to go through the last bit of Eudora. So now that we can do that, we'll probably go through Eudora and then we'll probably stop there for the day. I'm having a lot of fun, but at the same time, like, I am getting a little bit hungry. And it is about lunchtime. But I hope you guys are having as much fun as I am. And then we can also discuss, like, the big news that I got in the middle of stream that I clearly was not expecting. Oh boy. Lag, my favorite thing ever. Okay. Okay, these things are easy now, but later on they get hecka tough if I remember correctly. Okay, so now we can go through here. Hold up. Okay. So it's just a matter of jumping over. Aha! I'm not crazy. I did remember a swing shot section. I just needed the trespasser to get to it. Okay, this is going a bit more smoothly than the last time. Okay, that wasn't quite as bad as I thought it was going to be. And there's the lieutenant. Toilet humor.
You sure showed him.
I suppose I did.
And now we get our next infobot.
Is your current occupation leaving a rotten taste in your mouth? Then you need to know about BTS, Blog Tactical Research Station. Hi, I'm Supreme Executive Chairman Drake. We here at
But it was just Executive Chairman Drake before. Why is it now Supreme Executive Chairman Drake?
Warhead Assembly Technician,
That looked like it hurt.
Robot Repair Lab, Sub-Cannon Test Dummy, Administrative Assistant. So-called BTS. Build our weapons while you build your future.
I'm calling BTS alone.
Now we're talking. You see all the cool gadgets they're making? Let's go get some.
No, we must continue our search for Captain Quack.
You're absolutely right.
I am.
Sure. We need to find Quack. Although when we find him, wouldn't it be nice to be able to tell him where Chairman Drek is?
I suppose.
Well, we go to the space station and talk to the scientists. They work for Drek, so they're bound to know where he is.
I'm unsure about your logic.
You think too much. Come on, let's go.
I mean, we don't really have anywhere else to go. When you think about it, we don't have any other coordinates. Okay, so we go out this way. And this is what brings us back here. Okay. Do a quick check, make sure there's nothing new. Clearly there's not. Alright, let's get in the ship and we'll kind of just call it a day. I think we made some really good progress with this one. I mean, we cleared 4 planets, I think. Just about. Yeah, we beat Novalis, Kerwan, Aridia, and Eudora. And Aridia, we only have one more thing to do, and we can't do that until we get to Blackwater City, where the hoverboard races are. So there will be a little bit of backtracking there. But overall, I think we made good progress today. I am definitely having a lot of fun, even if I'm still kind of just getting used to how things work. Let's go back out here real quick, because I don't think I can save from this section. Let's see. Options. Here we go. Save. So we'll save there. Saving data. Alright, there we go. Okay. Overall, again, we made good progress. I'm confident that we can finish this one in a decent amount of time. And on Wednesday, we will be starting up another new project, Ayuden Chronicle Rising. I am this one just came out on like May 10th, so like not many people are like aware of it at this time, but it does look like a lot of fun, and I'm going in completely blind. Like here I do have some prior knowledge, even if it is like over a 10 years old at least, but still this is a lot of fun, like being able to dip right into another platformer after we finished up Shovel Knight and starting up an action RPG alongside our RFL playthrough. So again, Wednesday will be Ayuden Chronicle, and then Sunday we will be going back into RFL and trying to go through the Deep. Now, as for the good news that I was mentioning earlier, I was very surprised to hear about this like in the middle of stream, and I was surprised to get it via email even more so, but apparently I am being offered a new job. I have actually been selected by the city government where I live to do onboarding as a new employee as a librarian. As you know from my debut stream, I recently finished graduating, and so my schooling is now officially complete, and I have now been offered a job in my new career field as a children's librarian. So I am definitely looking forward to this. It's going to be a lot of fun, and it's going to be a very nice change of pace from what I've been doing for the last three and a half years now. So I'm super hyped. So once I'm done with everything here, I'm gonna go grab some lunch, and then I'm going to speak to the person who emailed me and see about getting my onboarding done. But this is definitely gonna shake things up, so to speak. Like, my schedule is definitely going to change now. If we need to, I will make adjustments to this week's schedule depending on when I start the new job. But again, we'll take things as they come. And either way, like, I'm super hyped to start this new leg of my life's journey. Not only with the new job, but also like with streaming. And I'm grateful that you guys are all here to share it with me. Again, as I always like to say, you guys are amazing. I really am thankful for everything that you've done. Thank you, Bacon. But right now, I think it's about time we went and got ourselves some food. I hope that everything goes well for all of you for the rest of this day. And with that being said, I will be signing off. Have a nice day.